Big day and welcome to another cracking edition of the BFNL Netball Show. My name's Yeendy. I'm here with Grace. We're loving the way we're kitted out. Looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah, the interleague clothes for this year. Nice, pretty in pink we are.
Yeah, looking fantastic and not too far away from all that exciting stuff happening as we look back to what happened on round 2 of the BFNL Netball and Darley. They got that big win that they needed to over Melton. Young Melton side, 44-39.
Yeah, Chris Mandel will certainly be happy to get a win on the board as the A grade coach for Darley this year, and Mel Freeman, really good to see her leading the charge. She's young, she's come through our program. She would have once worn these pink beautiful clothes
in
our interleague program. So yeah, for her to shoot at 91% at senior level is a huge effort.
Yeah, fantastic, especially against good defence as well. That's very important for them.
Yeah, it is. It's huge for them, and being such a young group, they needed to get a win on the board early, and they've done that now, and hopefully they can take their season from here.
2016 premiers East Point took down Sebastopol 47-33. Sebas 0-2 after 2 rounds. Should we be concerned?
I don't think we can be too concerned yet. They've had pretty tough opposition. They took on North Ballarat in the first round and East Point in the second round. They'd have to be extremely unlucky to go 3-0. I'd back them in to get the win next week when they take on Ballarat. But yeah, they've had a tough start, no doubt about it. Those Cairn sisters are still working marvellously together, and they'll bounce back from another tough loss. But East Point, I don't think we can sort of take them very lightly this year. They've certainly got a good group together under Joe, who's coaching there this season, and they look to have started the season strongly.
And 81 scoring shots on the weekend, very, very impressive. While they probably didn't get the percentage that they were after, that's still pretty frightening.
Yeah, it means that the ball's getting in there more than what it should be probably, and putting a lot of pressure on opposition's defence. So that if they can get 81 shots in most games, they're going to go a long way to winning a flag this year.
Yeah, absolutely right there. Speaking of a team that's looking for more flag success, the Sunbury Lions had a big win over Melton South, 57-37. A bit of an interesting dynamic, because we did have a lot of Lancefield's grand final side participating in the Melton South teams, particularly the same coach. So we almost got an interleague sort of battle on that particular court. Yeah,
a lot of girls from that end of town, that's for sure. But Sunbury are always going to be a class team, and they just keep showing that the development under Adam Balderston is second to none. Amanda Cusack stepped up from the B grade last year. She's been a B grade MVP for a number of years, and for her to step up, and I don't know what she shot at, 41 goals is huge. So yeah, great effort by Adam and the rest of the group to make sure they're developing enough players to continue their success year on year.
Ballarat had a very, very good win on the weekend against Lake Wendouree, who had their first hit out for season 2018. They won by 3 goals, 41-38.
Yeah, Lakers obviously led at stages throughout the match, so they'll be disappointed to let that one slide. But good for Ballarat too. They're another young side with the Hills girls going across there, and under Lisa James for her first year as coach. Yeah, good for them to get a win on the board.
Probably the only disappointing part about that game, while it was close, the shooting percentages were a little tough. 63% to Ballarat and 61% for the Lakers. So that both sides will be hoping to improve on that.
Yeah, both teams will be looking to improve on that, no doubt. If you're not shooting sort of up around that 80 to 90, you're a step behind a lot of the other shooters in the competition. So they'll look to get that up to that 80 mark. But first hit out for Lakers, so you can't expect them to be perfect first run.
Oh, you're absolutely spot on there. And Redan had a big win over North Ballarat City, 47-42. I know there's a bit of a change in personnel at the Lions in the off-season, but the way they've started the year, going down to the other line side narrowly, but they're doing all the right things earlier on.
Yeah, they certainly are doing everything right. Kate's obviously got everyone working as a tight unit down at Redan, and for them to bring in, they brought in some extra players. Don't know whether you're aware or not, Chris, but Sarah Milton used to play for North Ballarat. She crossed over, and Mel Thomas is obviously holding her own in the A grade competition for first year. So
that's fantastic. We're looking forward to seeing those players evolve as the year goes on, and the ladder looks very interesting. We've got 3 sides who haven't lost a game this year, with East Point, Sunbury and Bacchus Marsh. Well, we've got a number of teams with 1 win on the board, plus with the bye with Redan, North Ballarat City and Darley sort of rounding out the top 6, and then 3 other teams who have also got the 4 points on the board. Melton and Sebas yet to secure victories this season. Does that sort of surprise you, particularly with Sebas? I mean, you did highlight that against good opposition.
Yeah, they certainly got the rough end of the draw for the first couple of weeks. Sebas, I'd expect them to bounce back, and by midway through the season they'll be certainly around the mark. It might take them a while. They've had some personnel changes as well down at the Borough. So I expect them to be back in the mix of things after a couple more rounds.
And Melton will continue to fight away, and no doubt that first win won't be too far away as we look ahead to round 3 on the weekend. And Bacchus Marsh will be coming fresh off the bye. They take on North Ballarat City.
Yeah, Bacchus Marsh obviously had the week off last week. They had a good win in round 1. Linda Powell's obviously a huge influence down there. She's their captain, and she's been really good with their development, but I think North Ballarat will be too strong. I know Laura McDonald come back into the lineup last week, and they've got Brianna Gregory, who's also a very strong player in the VNL field. So I'd tip North Ballarat with that one. Yeah,
I agree with you on that one. I think that loss last week would have hurt, and they'll no doubt bounce back. Melton and East Point, this is going to be an interesting contest, particularly given that East Point sitting on top of the ladder against the Melton side, who showed some promise last week.
Yeah, I'd expect East Point to continue with their winning ways. Yeendy Burke's been excellent in their mid-court as a young star coming through, and they've still got the experience of Lauren Dew and Bethany Smith, and those girls aren't extremely old, but they've certainly been around for a long time, and they know this league inside and out, and I'd expect them to get the win and Melton to remain winless after 3.
Agree with you on that one there. Sunbury Lions playing host to Darley.
Yeah, unfortunately for Chris and his girls, I think they'll cop a loss this weekend. I can't see anyone beating Sunbury at this point in time, and Darley are just too young and maybe inexperienced to take on that sort of rough, physical Sunbury Lions outfit. Yeah,
I think you're right there. The Lions have been sort of pushed in the early parts of the season there, but it's definitely they might not happen this week. Redan and Lake Windaree here at City Oval.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Good to see that City Oval will be out in action. It'll be a big day for Redan, but I think Redan will get the win. Obviously, Lakers in their second outing might show a little bit more than what they did in their first, but I think Redan will be too strong for me.
Agree with you on that one there. And Sunday afternoon netball, we've got Sebas and Ballarat. This is a very, very important game for both sides.
Yeah, very important for both sides. Like we said, Sebas obviously struggled with the early stages of their fixture, and I think this will be a good opportunity for them to get a win on the board and get their season off on the right start.
Agree with you on that one there. It shapes up to be a really exciting round of netball. Looking forward to catching up with you next week, Grace, as we look to recap round 3 as we build towards round 4.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Yeendy. Thanks for having me.